So there's Obi, the adult dog, and here's my other adults. And, hello class, I'd like to talk to you today about the importance of volunteerism. And I would like to encourage you to volunteer your time in a community. So what does a youth sports coach, a docent at the zoo, and maybe even a church greeter all have in common? What they have in common is that they're all volunteers. And one of the most rewarding and beneficial things that you can do, one of the most beneficial and rewarding ways to give back to society and into your community is to volunteer. Volunteers are always in need, and the opportunities are so diverse that there's something that you can do to volunteer to take advantage of the different skill sets that you have. Even you, Obi, you have a fantastically unique skill set that can be shared with the community. So I volunteered pretty much all my life, on and off, especially for the last 16 years with a variety of different organizations, from churches to sports leagues to schools, and I always found it incredibly rewarding in terms of volunteerism. So today I'd like to talk to you about some of the opportunities that are out there for you and reasons why and ways for you to get involved. So first, kind of consider why would we volunteer? Well, most importantly, it's because people are in need. You know, there's a lot of folks out there that are less advantaged than some of us may be. And according to buildabroad.org, there's a litany of different reasons that people may need volunteerism in their lives. Maybe they have educational challenges. Maybe there's financial challenges that are there for them. But it's really important for those of us that have things that others may not, to be able to share and to give back in those ways. So, also others may not have direct access to those that can grant them additional opportunities. There might be locational challenges, such as maybe being locked into a certain area without having access to public transportation or whatnot. And then also, if you look at the influential challenges, according to pewsocialtrends.org, 53% of unmarried households are single mothers. So maybe the kids don't have enough time or have the ability to have an adult that's available to them to go out and to help them get to areas that may require a volunteer. So you can definitely help in that way. And so now we kind of talk a little bit about, why people are in need and who is in need. Let's talk about you. How does it benefit you as a volunteer to give your time and to give yourself to others? Well, one of the biggest things is that it does is that it will connect you to others. And there's a lot of different reasons that we're going to get into as far as the personal benefits of these, of volunteering your time. But the personal benefits and the connections that you can develop with other people are great. It will connect you with your community. There's different ways, according to the RutherfordCounty.com website. There's different opportunities out there to connect within your community, just within where we live here, ways that you can reach out. You can make new friends, by going out and volunteering at these different organizations. Opens up a lot of opportunities for you to develop new relationships. And it will also help you increase your social skills. For those of you that may be shy, maybe a little bit less reserved and wanting to get out there, it will help you in that way and increase your social dynamics. Also, according to Life Builder, you can boost your career options by volunteering your time. You can become introduced to maybe a brand new organization, something that you hadn't thought of in the past. I'd like to call up one member of our audience today, and I'd like to bring him up as an example of being introduced to a new organization. And I would encourage you that to be a Jimmy. And when we look at Jimmy is a volunteer at the Nashville Zoo. Jimmy is a docent at the Nashville Zoo, and Jimmy can share his Nashville Zoo docent experience on his resume, and it will qualify him for maybe a unique position, or at a minimum, it would help him network into maybe an area that he wants to go beyond a volunteer type position and maybe into a full-time role. So as we discuss these things, remember the importance of being a Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. Last but not least, it's good for your mind and body. According to the Wellness Center, volunteering helps counteracts the effects of stress, of anger, of fear, anxiety, any of those things by giving a part of your time you know, it will help you combat depression. It will increase your self-confidence. Gives you kind of a sense of purpose and an overall sense of staying healthy. It just kind of gives you a little bit of a confidence boost in all of those areas. So I don't have my conclusion. I left it somewhere else, and I don't know where it's at, and so that's fantastic. But you can't stop it. It has to go through. You have to let it go. Yeah. So I'm going to conclude by saying this. I can't stress the importance enough of giving your time, of giving your energy to those that are out there that are less fortunate. I would say this, that if you think about it, with the amount of disposable time that we have on our hands, if we gave just say 10% of our time, of our free time, to various organizations around your community, I promise you we'd all be a lot better for it. Thank you for your time.